Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a quick comparison about the features between the brand new, very expensive Roborock Qrevo CurvX, which costs $1,500, and the budget-friendly Roborock Qrevo QV35S. Now both of these robots were just released, and I did buy both of them with my own money. This one is $600. It is on sale, I think, for $550 right now. That's not too bad of a price, but you can see you can almost buy 3 of these for 1 of these. Why is that? So both of these robots are going to vacuum and mop your house. The CurvX is going to have a few more features to help it do that. Let's talk about the basics though. They both have clean water tanks and dirty water tanks. This one you can see has been cleaning my house here. This one, the clean water tank and dirty water tank, it's also been cleaning. You can see its water is dirty too. They are the same size even though they look different. So with that, the base stations are going to wash the mop pads and suck the water up into the dirty water tank. They're also going to vacuum your house, and they're going to suck everything out of the robot into a dust bag. It's the same dust bag that you're going to have to replace about every 2 months. And here's the dust bag over here on the Curve. Again, just about every 2 months. Just pull that up, throw it away, put a new one in. Now, they both use LiDAR navigation, so I'll show you that when I flip them over, but let's talk about the bottom. Vacuuming, they do, but they do it differently. Now, this one has a single brush roller. This one has a split one that's designed to help with long hairs, and it actually does a really good job. So this dual divide, they call it, long hairs don't get wrapped around it. Well, they do, but then they're directed to the middle where it is split, and then they get sucked up into it. It actually works very well. Over here, unfortunately, you do get some hair wrap on this one because it is a single piece, but it's designed for the long hair to travel down to the ends. And then they designed this so that you could remove the long hair by simply just taking that piece off, and getting rid of the long hair and then putting this back on. So it doesn't eliminate the long hair, but it helps mitigate it. Now, when they vacuum, they have a side brush that's going to help with debris in the corner or up against the wall. The QV35S does not extend it. Over here on the CurvX, it can extend this into the corner, and it cleans corners really well. And it can also extend this mop pad.
Mop mount removed.
So this mop mount can move all the way over to here, right up next to the wall, automatically because there's a sensor to let it know when it's up against the wall. This mop mount cannot move. It can move up and down just like this, but it can't move to the side. Now, with that said, there's a carpet sensor on both of them. So both of them will recognize carpet in your house, and when the robot is approaching carpet and if it's mopping, it's going to raise the mop pads automatically. And it raises them both of them raise them 10 millimeters. Now, both of them use the Roborock Qrevo app, and in that app, you can also tell it to vacuum first and then mop. That way it's not dragging wet mop pads on your carpet. Another thing that's the same, they both have internal water tanks that are filled up from the base station, which I'll show you. Now, I really like robots that have internal water tanks because they can spray water on top of the mop pad to keep it wet while it's mopping. And they both have the same flow range, I think 0 to 30 levels. I think being able to keep a mop pad wet while mopping really does help its mopping ability. Okay, so back to what I said earlier, both of them have LiDAR navigation. They just do it a little bit different. The CurvX has a LiDAR sensor that it can raise up and down. Now, the reason it lowers it is so it can go under furniture. When it senses that it's going under furniture, it lowers it. When it comes out from underneath, it raises it, and it has that spinning LiDAR. This one is just up all the time. It's about almost 4 inches tall. This one goes down to 3.15 inches tall when that is lowered. Now, they both have a sensor on the front. It's a little bit different. This is just reactive tech. There's some sensors on there that it's going to try to help avoid obstacles that are low to the ground. This one actually has a camera called Reactive AI, and it can recognize things like toys or shoes and avoid them. It does a much better job of avoiding obstacles than the QV35S. Now, the CurvX, this is also a camera, and it has a LED light. This can clean at night. They can both clean at night, but this one can help avoid obstacles better with that light on, and it can take pictures of them. So since it has a camera, you can do remote view in. So if you're in another state, you want to check how your dogs are doing, you can get the Roborock app, tell it to go to a certain place in your house, or even tell it to go look for the dog or cat, and it'll go look for them. You can start a video, look through it, speak to it, and hear through it. Now, earlier I said they vacuum your house. Both of them vacuum. Everything goes into a dust bin. So as it's going around, this one also has a dust bin, and it's going to go everything into here. Then when it backs up to the base station, it's going to get sucked out the side here. There is a filter inside each one of these that you do have to keep clean about every 2 weeks. There's that LiDAR that it can raise up and down. Here's where it fills the robot with water. Now, the CurvX can do one more thing. The base station can heat the water, and it can also fill the robot with warm water. Now, the water, there's no way of heating it inside the robot, so that tank will cool off rather quickly. So it will be a little bit warm, but over here, it cannot heat the water. Now let's talk about the docking stations. Both of them have a tray. I love that they both have a tray that just comes out. Once in a while, that gets pretty dirty. You got to take it to your sink and get it all nice and clean. This one also has a tray. Take it to the sink, get it nice and clean, put it back. Now the CurvX is going to do a little bit more. As its mop pads are spinning, it's going to be rotating these things, these little wipers, and that's going to help wipe the dirt down to where the dirty water goes. Here, the mop pads are just spinning, and the water's just going in here down to the dirty water tank. So this doesn't have a self-cleaning. This is a self-cleaning dock. Now, another thing that's going to be different, the Qrevo QV35S does not heat the water when it washes the mop pads. Over here, the CurvX can heat that water to wash those mop pads, to get like grease and stains off of them. And then at the end of the job, the QV35S is going to blow room temperature air on the mop pads with a blower, and it could take 6 to 10 hours to dry your mop pads. The CurvX can blow hot air onto the mop pads and get them dry anywhere from about 2 to 3 hours. And again, let's take a look. They're both about the same. Auto empty. They fill the robot. This one's just down in there. There's the dirty water tank. These are little motors to drive those sweepers. Fill it, charge it. There's where the hot air comes out. There's where it sucks it up into the dirty water tank. And here's where the hot water comes out right there. Over here, this is where it sucks the dirty water up, charges it, fills it, empties out the dustbin, and blows room temperature air on it. Now there's one more thing that the Qrevo CurvX can do that the QV35S cannot. There's a dirt detection sensor. So inside the base station, we talked about, so let's say the robot goes and cleans your kitchen, it mops it, comes back, and the base station is going to wash the mop pads. Then it sucks the water up into the dirty water tank, and it's going to pass through a dirt detection sensor. If that sensor detects, oh, the kitchen is dirtier than normal, it's going to tell the robot, go back and remop where you just came from. So say the dog came in, made a big mess, and this thing went and mopped it up, and it does that. It's going to say, oh, that was muddier than normal, go re-clean it. Robots that vacuum do struggle with really big muddy messes, so they do need a re-cleaning. Over here on the QV35S, in the app, you can tell it to clean that floor once or twice, 1 or 2 passes, but it's not going to automatically go back and remop that area. There is no dirt detection sensor. Now again, I'm definitely going to give the Roborock app an A+. I absolutely love it. The user interface, it's just very intuitive, maps your house, lots of features, no-go zones, put it on a schedule, shows you the maintenance. I absolutely love it. So I have full-length videos on both of these, how they clean, and how to set them up for the first time. They're pretty much identical till it gets, and even cleaning, they're really, really close. I do like the features on the CurvX. I knew I was going to like it when I unboxed it. It has not disappointed me. I do love that it's skinny. If you want to save a little bit of money, that's $1,500 right now. The Curve, the original Curve, which I absolutely loved, was $1,500. It's $1,100 right now. So this is kind of like my top tier row. The Edge, if you want to save even more money, if the Edge goes on sale, it's the same as the Curve. But Mova P50, P10 Pro, that can be around $500. L40 over there, $400 sometimes. P50, $800. I saw it for $750. These are the latest robots from Roborock. The CurvX looks just like a Saros 10, which I have and I will be comparing it with. This is a QV series. I don't know much about this. even on their website, they've got a QV series. I've got a 35A, which I'm going to compare this. It's the same except for the suction's lower. I didn't go over suction. This is 10,000 pascals of suction, and the CurvX has 22,000 pascals of suction. I got to do some more testing. Carpet testing is a little tricky. You know, those pascals of suction, I know the numbers seem very exaggerated. I typically just see how well they're cleaning the carpet. And the result really show itself after I do the 3-month test. All my robots I try, I'll go put this at my house. I'll have it clean my house for 3 months, 2 months. We'll cut open the dust bag. I have several of these videos. I have a video of the Curve that did my house for 2 months. We cut the bag open, and in there you can see it did an amazing job. So again, I did buy both these with my own money. Wasn't paid for this video. This is my honest opinion. I do love both of these robots. That is very expensive. Would I recommend it for you to spend $1,500 if you do want the latest and greatest, thin, with all the features that I love? Yes, I would definitely recommend. This QV35S is a little more tricky for me. This $600 price range, you start getting into the P10 Pro, which has a few more features. So as the price goes down on this QV35S, it's definitely going to be more of a recommend. But if you end up getting it, you know, you're going to have a great user interface and experience with it. I will put links to all these in the show description notes. If you purchase the product using my link, the product won't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. So I really do appreciate everybody's support. Let me know what you think of this style, getting the features out. I have hour-long videos on both of these, how they clean. If you want to see exactly how they clean, you know, if you're going to spend $1,500, I'd probably watch that. If you want to see exactly how it cleans muddy paw prints, vacuums your house, you know, I just follow it behind it and you can see. I do review vacuum cleaners for a living. I highly recommend the CurvX. It is really expensive right now, but I do feel like you're getting a premium product for that you're not going to have much worry about. That one, the budget line, it's got to come down in price a little bit more, but I think they love to put their Qrevo series on sale, just random times. I can't figure it out. It's the wild, wild west. So that's why I like to get these videos out, because you may be doing a Google search 3 months from now and you're like, oh, the QV35S is at $300. Should I buy it? Well, yeah. Anyway, I do appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.